Oh, that's good. Lovely and hot. So this shack has a shower unit, and in the past I've used the shower bag, and I've also tried to make a pressure tank for hot water, but now I've actually got a gas hot water system that's meant for camping that you can attach a normal gas cylinder to. So I'm going to try and install it and see if it'll work on this shower unit. So wish me luck. Let's open it and see what's inside. So got some instructions. There's the unit there. Shower handpiece, gas regulator. I have to get it out of the box. Hang on a second, I'll just get it out. So I'm just getting the bag off of it. Got all the connections down the bottom here for gas. Hot water comes out of there, water in. Batteries go in there. Simple on off at the bottom. I think you can set temperature here. Gas level. Summer, winter, I think regulates the amount of water for the amount of heat it gets. So winter gets more heat, but I think we'll live in summer because it's hot here at the moment. And you can regulate the amount of water coming through as well. So let's just get it out a bit more and see what we can do here. So the first thing the instructions say is to insert batteries, but looking around in this thing I couldn't tell which way up the batteries went. But if I shine a torch just here, you might be able to see just a little plus sign on that top one and a minus sign on the bottom. Could have marked it out a bit clearer, fellas, but anyway, let's put those in first and see what's next after that. Batteries are in. Lock the little door. Now to read what's next on the instructions. So we just wrap some Teflon tape around the gas input and are fitting now the brass adapter, and I'm going to tighten it up with a wrench. And then more Teflon around this end here, and then we attach the gas line to it. So the gas line's now fitted, but not attached to the bottle yet. I've got to attach this water line, which I'm running from a separate water outlet, but I've got a lot of hose here, so I'm going to have to trim it short first, probably to, well, about here. So a bit more Teflon tape on the cold water input, so I'm going to attach the hose clips. Just a normal clip-on hose connector goes onto there, and that'll be for the cold water. So this is the shower head of the unit that attaches to this end. More Teflon, and then that'll be attached there, and this end will be attached into here for hot water out. So Teflon time again. Well, as far as I can tell, everything's attached as it should be, so I'm going to try a test run before I mount it up here on the side of the shower unit. So let's see how we go. Well, unfortunately it's a bit of a snafu. It's not turning on. I've tried different batteries. I'm going to try some batteries I know that work from a radio that I'm using, so I'll try that next. Nope. No good. Use batteries I know to be working and it doesn't turn on. So it looks like we'll have to contact the service department to see if I can work out what's wrong or get a changeover. Unfortunately I'm out of telephone range, so I'll have to do that next week. Okay, back to the hot water pump. Bye for now. So this is a little water pump. I've got, I'm going to try and add it to the hot water shower system for the shack. I'm just going to add some length of wire and a switch so I can hook it up to a normal sort of car battery, but I'm going to test its pumping abilities first before I take it all the way to the shack. So, okay, I've just got my car battery set up, so I'm just going to check it is switched and see if the pump works. Very good. Alright, next let's hook up some water. There's a directional arrow that says that side is the output, so I'll connect up a hose to this end, probably a bucket of water, and let's see what happens. Okay, so I've got a bucket here, about 4 litres of not so clear water, and I've attached it to the pump on this side with a bit of normal sort of gardening hose that I know I'm going to be using down at the shack. So all things being equal, when I turn this plug on, there should be water coming out that side. So here it goes. And here we go. That is a water pump. Alright. Quite a bit of pressure, which is good. Obviously I need to mount this thing properly so it doesn't move around, but that is quite happily pumping water from the bucket down there. I'm just going to let it run for a while and see how it goes. Well, I'm going to declare that little pump a success. It puts out good pressure, it works, it pumps water, the wiring works. So next stop, let's try it at the camp. So this is the water pump for the hot water system. I tested it at home, it worked well, but I need to test it here of course before I start doing anything. I'm just going to hook it up to my battery that I'm using for lights as well, and we'll see how it goes from there. So the water is on. I've got the hose connected to this side of the pump, and what I want to see is water spurting out of here. So there's water's on. You can hear it pushing. So I'm going to turn the pump on now, and hopefully it'll suck it through and jet out a stream. Well, that works pretty well. Quite a bit of spray pressure. Yep. And the switch works good. Alright, next is hooking it up to the heater and trying to get some pressure through the heater. I've got the water coming in, it's already on, through the pump and into the heater. I can already hear something moving a little bit, probably just the water, the gravity fed water. I've got the pump hooked up to the battery, and I've got the shower head open at the moment. I want to see a spray come out of here. At the moment I don't have any gas hooked up, I just want to see if water comes out under pressure. The unit is off at the moment, so let's see if there's any water pressure coming through. No water pressure yet, but it might not allow water through if the circuit's not on. So it's running pretty cool. This time I'll turn the unit on. Gas is on minimum, water is on max. It's set to summer. So let's see if it turns on now. Hang on a second, I didn't have the water pipe attached properly. There we go. Now that's a seal. Let's try it again. Can't feel any water coming through yet. Let me just check if there's water coming out of the pipe in the first place. So the moral of the story is read the direction that the pump is pushing, because I attached the hoses backwards and so the pump is trying to push air back up the pipe. Okay, I'll just reset and try again. Okay, now I've got the pump hooked up in the right direction. So the water is now connected to the unit. The water is on, the unit is off. The shower head is open, so it should pump through the shower head. Let's try that. Okay, that looks like pressure to me. What if I turn the shower head off? The pump doesn't like it. Okay, need to remember to turn the pump off before turning the shower head off. Anyway, good. Let's see if it tries to trigger something as it measures the water flow through it now. So the unit is on. Hopefully we should hear a thing trying to ignite the gas if it measures gas. Leave that on. No, but perhaps it doesn't ignite if there's no gas attached. So that'll be the next test. Let's attach the gas cylinder. Well, the bad news is it doesn't turn on. I can't tell. I tested the batteries, they're both right on 1.5 volts, they're not flat at all. As far as I can tell, batteries are in the correct way. The pump is pushing pressure through. The unit just doesn't turn on. And I'm wondering if it's the gas regulator pipe they included. So I've got one on the barbecue I can try, but if that's not going to work, then this unit just doesn't turn on, which is going to be a bummer because I'd have to return it. Alright, let's swap out the gas line and see if that's the cause. So the other hose I had off the barbecue is a lot shorter, so I've had to put the gas bottle up here. And I just did a quick test and I found the problem was there was too much water flow. So I've turned the flow down to minimum and the gas down to medium. It's on summer. The unit's on and it showed flashes of starting to work. So what I want to see is the blue light on the display light up. Okay. So this is reading 33, 34. That's lovely warm water. Warm water. 35, 36. I can feel the heat coming out the top. That's 37. 37 is a comfortable amount. So it's working. So the problem may have just been all the time the water pressure was just too much. So I'm going to go back to the old regulator that I had and then test it again. But it works. So it all works now. I put the old regulator hose back on the gas cylinder. The pump works, the unit works, it gives good temperature for showers on the summer setting. On the winter setting, with the gas on low, minimum, it gives about 46 to 48 degrees, which is good for washing up. But for showers, on the summer setting, the gas max, water minimum, just keep the water on minimum. So now I just need to install it properly, permanently on the wall there, and neaten up all the wire and cables and hoses, and should be good to go. So there we go, all neatly installed. The switch is on the inside so you can easily get to it to start the pump, which starts the heater, which heats the water. Battery on the deck there, pump mounted there, gas cylinder down the bottom. So I'll try that a bit later, but I'm pretty pleased that it works. And now my shower pump will have to be a backup, so I'll stack that behind the gas cylinder. Well, I consider that a success. Shower works really hot. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.